I'm gonna briefly go through the budget project and financial and reporting rules in the IRIS project. I think most of you and most of the Israeli partners have seen this presentation and know a little bit more than the rest. So I'll briefly go through the reporting and financial rules. We're going to start with the budget headings, a little bit about co-financing, financial reporting, the payment cycle of Tempus, and the reporting dates in the IRIS project. The budget headings, I want to believe that everybody knows these headings. Staff costs, travel costs and cost of stay, equipment, printing and publishing, and other costs. The staff cost, important things in the staff cost. The salary that in the budget for staff cost is regarding to the activities that is performed by the internal staff. It's not regarding the position of the staff, but to the work performed in the project. Okay, so if I'm a manager doing administrative work, so the salary will be administrative and the opposite. Okay, it's important to emphasize that the staff is internal staff that is from the institutional staff. It can't be someone outside the institution. It has to be someone from the project. There are in the guidelines maximum rates per the staff cost. It is written in the project budget, in the Excel, the large Excel. Yeah.
If you would like to add, if you would like to change the salaries of your academic staff as part of this project, you are instructed to contact her. We will, of course, would like to be informed about that, and just to make sure that we know about everything in the project, because we need to know how much of these headings should be related in each one of the partners. But in case you would like to do that, you would have to contact Dana Haron, or
it's better that you concentrate everything.
Of course, it will be through us, but you will have to provide a definite question: who are the academic staff that is going to be compensated for his work in this project, and based on that, you will work directly with Malag. Just keep us informed about that. Yes.
Another important thing regarding the staff cost, about supporting documents. Some of these presentations is from the meeting in Brussels. I have to mention that. This presentation will be on the website at the end of the meeting. So supporting documents for staff cost is Annex 1 and the timesheet. We'll look at these documents later on in this presentation. Okay, so these two are really important to keep and to fill in constantly. It's very important not to remember after half a year that I have to fill in the timesheets, because then to remember what you did when and how you did it, it's really, really difficult. It's really important to do this constantly during the project. Travel costs and costs of stay. I suppose most of you used it already. You're here. So this is for mobility inside partner countries and from the EU to Israel. This is actually the purpose, to visiting and workshops and all the meetings we have. The rules and the travel costs, it covers only actual travel costs. It means that the person who travels is supposed to be a person from the institute. It can't be someone in behalf of. It's supposed to be someone who works on the project and has direct contact to the institution. Okay, the travel costs include the cost of stay. For each day, there's a daily rate for cost of stay. If it's 2 days, 3 days, there's a table in the budget worksheet. It's important that all documents regarding the travel will retain by each partner, and every half year there will be reports to the coordinator and to send every document you have regarding the travel. Travel tickets, invoices, boarding passes, receipts, everything, okay? This applies to flights and if you have taxis from the airport to the hotel. The cost of stay is kind of different. The cost of stay, you don't have to bring supporting documents, okay? This is yours. Equipment. This budget heading is the European partners do not have equipment. Part of the IROs is we have to have equipment to physically build the IRO. If it's computers and I don't know, phones, whatever we need. So this will cover it. Okay. The supporting documents will be copies of the invoices. It's really important to keep them. I don't want to go into this, but tendering procedure of purchases above 25,000 euros. I believe there won't be purchases over 2,500,000 euros. If there will be, I don't believe they were. If there will be, there should be. You have a computer worth of. So there's procedures. You have to have minimum 3 quotations, and to show that you've picked the cheapest decision. So this is starting to be a little bit more tricky. Printing and publishing. This includes paper and electronic productions. Okay, as you have the brochure, the IROS brochure. Web design, it's included in the printing and publishing. And photocopying and of teaching materials and documentation. If you have general photocopying, example of general presentations inside the consortium, something that does not need the use of outsourcing. If you do it indoor, it's under indirect costs. If you have something that you have to print outside, you have to print through a company that prints presentations, workbooks, whatever, it's under printing and publishing. I think so. Other costs, there is in the guidelines, there's eligible and not eligible. You have to look through that. If something is not clear, address us and we'll address Tempus and we'll get a clear answer, because these things are really, really important. We don't want to exceed our budgets. Yeah.
Anyway, you can mobilize 10% of...
Yeah, I'll get to that. Yeah. I'll get to that. Yeah. So supporting documents, like equipment, it's invoices, okay? Copies of invoices. Regarding the invoices and other supporting documents, it's really important for each... some institutions can't give us original copies. So it's important for you to send us the copies of the invoices and to retain the original copies, original documentation for 5 years. This is a rule. This is Tempus rule. I think most of you know it. Yeah, it's really important. So other costs. It includes dissemination of information, advertising in media, promotional materials, inter-project coaching, bank charges, external audit fees, cost of subcontracting contracting, and hire of premises for only for dissemination events. This has to have a prior authorization to hire premises. Even for the coordinator, we have to have authorization for this. We can't just decide that by ourselves. Some emphasis. Okay, hospitality costs is not included. It is not eligible by Tempus. Not coffee, not lunch, not premises, nothing. These things. They know this is a problem because you can't have a seminar and not have like coffee. So this is the time to be creative. I see. Yeah. I can make sandwiches. Just kidding. Lunch was very good. This is a hosting present from HIT. Some institutions have. They took like a fee from each participant to put in for lunch, or you can do whatever you want. You can take into consideration that each participant get cost of stay.
Exactly.
Yeah. So buy your own lunch. Yeah. So for other costs, you have to, so the supporting documents are invoices. If you have a subcontract with the company or someone, you have to have the contract. If you have a subcontract that is included with travel, okay, like an advising company, and they have to travel to Israel, the travel supporting documents will be part of the other costs, not part of the travel cost. Travel cost is only for the people who work inside the institutions, okay, inside the companies. If it's a subcontracting company and they travel, it's in the other costs. Really important. Indirect cost, okay? Each partner has 7% indirect costs. This is for stationery, office supplies, general photocopying, postage, telecommunication, etc. The indirect cost is 7% of the total grant. Okay, and the fun part, no supporting documents is required. Okay, you can say that hosting is part of this. It's just each partner receives the 7% indirect costs. Okay, you don't have to prove anything. You just receive the 7%. Thank you.
Hey, buy lunch with it.
Yeah, buy lunch. Yeah. Okay. Co-financing. Co-financing is at least 10% of the project. Okay. You can co-finance. Yeah, at least. This is why. The 10% eligible cost is calculated by the end of the project. It means that if we exceed the final budget of the project, it means that our 10% is not the first initial 10%. It's more. And if we did not use all the budget, it's a little bit less than our initial 10%. So this part is kind of tricky, yeah. It's 11% for a few reasons. We have NGOs in our consortium, so we cannot ask them for co-financing. Okay, they don't have this kind of money. So we made it 11%. And to take a safe zone, and the 11%, because if we, like I said, if we exceed the project budget, the 10% is not 10% anymore. It's a little bit more. Better safe than sorry. Yeah. You cannot exceed that. It's not eligible. So we have to keep the ceiling, because you do have. I'll go to that later. Just a second. I'll finish first.
No, excuse me, the
Yeah.
staff cost, if we have to transfer 10% from equipment, for example, to staff cost, it's okay?
I'll get to that. I'll get to that. The transfers. I'll get to that. So the co-financing. Most of the Tempus projects and the partners, what they do is cover the co-financing with the staff costs. Okay. Is that clear? Okay. Before the reporting documents. This is not written in the presentation, in this presentation, but this is really, really, really important. You have a flexibility of 10% between budget headings. Okay?
Mobilize.
Yeah, you can mobilize. A couple of things you have to remember. You cannot exceed 40% of staff costs. You cannot take from equipment and add to staff costs, because I think we are maxed up on staff costs right now. We're about 38%. So you cannot exceed the staff cost. And if you want to do flexibility, not to staff cost, you can do it from staff cost to printing and publishing, or either of the headings. Another heading that has a ceiling is the equipment. It's not relevant for the European partners, but equipment cannot exceed 30%, the 30% ceiling. Okay? This is really important. If you do want to use the flexibility you have and pass from one heading to another, please just let us know, inform us, because each partner eventually manages their budget inside of their institution. But as the whole project and as the coordinator, we can see all of the partners. Okay, so if there's any change in something, maybe you can be more flexible to another partner when we know what the whole consortium is doing. Okay. Another thing regarding the budget headings. Inside the budget headings, there are not many rules. Okay, you have a maximum rate of cost of stay, and you have a maximum rate of staff cost. Besides that, your flexibility is almost total inside the budget heading. If I have printing and publishing, and I see that I did not use all the budget for the first consortium meeting, I can use more later, or maybe add another use for the printing and publishing. Also regarding to travel. Travel is about 800 euros for travel from EU country to the partner country. I believe not all of the partners will use the whole 800 euros. So you can use the change, and maybe if you want, you can add another participant to another meeting. You have the flexibility to use it how you see it. Okay? Any questions so far? Okay, this part is really important. It's regarding the reporting documents. Okay? This table has summarized all the reporting documents you have to report every half year. Okay? Regarding the staff cost, you have the Annex 1 and the timesheet. I want to go through it briefly so you can see what's it about. Annex 1. Let's zoom in a little bit. Okay, here you have a reference number. It's really important for documentation to have a reference number. I believe receipts, you have the reference number, but here you have to fill in, okay? Sorry? If you have a receipt, no, it's a staff cost. If you have a receipt you want to use, you can use each number, but you have to organize it and document it in Annex 3. I'll show you where. But you can use whichever number you'd like. Just, yeah, you can make them up. Here you can make them up. So you have, it's, the reason is to have a reference between this document to the whole table of documents. Okay? Try if you can in different documents to have a link, if you can. What? The templates are all in the website. Okay? You can download all of them. This is the step. I'll go through all of the reports but all of the template reports will be on the website. I think most of them are already there. Okay? The reference number, we'll do it like this. You have the partner number. Each partner has a number. Each reference number will start with your partner number. Great?
We will also upload an example.
We'll upload an example, no problem.
Completed form so everybody can look at that and make sure that you complete yours as well.
Yeah. Yes. You can use the same form, but you have to have the timesheet. Okay? It's yeah. Yeah. You can use the same form. You can use the same form if it's the same type of work. Okay? If it's a different staff member, a different kind of work, use a different sheet. Okay? This is important why you have to do it constantly. It's almost impossible to remember what you did even last week, not to talk about the few months. Okay? Let's see. This is the timesheet. Okay? It's also regarding the staff work. Okay? This is the Tempus project timesheet. Each staff member, okay, has to fill in the details, project number, dry details, the date. Okay, a day is defined by 7.5 hours. Okay, the work package. Okay, that is relevant to the type of work, and the description of task performed. Okay, you can fill in date for a whole month if it has some kind of correlation between. You don't want to put administration and different staff members on one sheet. Each staff member should have a sheet, and you should establish a period of time for him to fill it. If it's a month, if it's a week, it depends on the work packages. Okay, each partner has different amount of works. If you want, we can see it, no problem, one-on-one. So this has to be with a correlation with the Annex 1. Okay? Okay. Travel costs. Okay? Travel costs. You have Annex 2. It is really similar to Annex 1. It looks the same thing. I sometimes mix up. But you have the reference number. This will be much more easier because in addition to your partner number that we established, that's supposed to be the first number on the reference number, you can use the ticket receipt number. You have receipts that you can use to use in the reference number. Personal data, type of activity. Okay, we do not have students in this project. Okay, you can disregard this. We have only staff. You have to type in what kind of work or activity the grant was received for, and the amounts. Okay? Yeah. Oh, you wanted me to fill in the form for the consortium? No problem. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It's 9 to 5 regarding to the agenda, but of course, yeah. It's not. What? Yeah. But the mobility report, each of one of you have to fill in because it's different, okay, for each individual. But the staff cost will not be a problem. Okay, travel costs, we saw the Annex 2. We have the travel tickets, invoices, boarding passes, receipts. Okay, this is really important. Yeah.
Keep all the things with you. Don't throw them away because this is, you need them in order to get the money back.
Yeah, if we don't have the right receipts, it's not eligible to get the money. This is pretty simple. Printing and publishing invoices and other costs. Invoices if you have subcontracting, so the contract, and if, as I said, you have a subcontracting company and they travel, the travel documents, you should fill the same travel documents, but it will come under other costs. Yes. Okay. Regarding the payment cycle, this is the Tempus payment cycle. Okay. All Tempus projects follow the same thing. The first payment we receive is after we announced that the project won, and we get it 35 days after the date when the last of the parties signed the GA. Okay, we already received the 60%. This is regarding the whole project, not the partners yet. The second pre-financing is 30%. Okay, we received that after a year and a half it's about a year and a half after the project started, and only after we have the intermediate report. Okay, we have to report. It's not a budget report, but it's a quality report on the work and the outcomes of the project. Okay, and the most important thing about the second pre-financing is we only receive the pre-financing after 70% of the project budget is used. It means that each and every one of the partners has to use 70% of the project after a year and a half. Okay. If even one partner does not use 70%, it's going to be a problem for us to get the second pre-financing. Okay. If you have to spend 70% of the whole project, so it means that each of the partners have to spend 70%. I can't spend 140%. Yeah, we can't count on this. We can't. And there's a balance, okay, regarding, I don't want to go into this. And we have the final report, okay? This is really, really important. This is a report that the coordinator files, okay? We have an external audit that is required for projects that have the grant over 750,000 euros, and so this is why your reports are really, really important for us. Okay. Reporting dates on IRIS. Okay, the reporting will be it will be a half-year reports. Okay. The close report is we have on 15th of April, right? It means all the documents I have showed you should retain and be submitted to us by April 15th. Okay, I know that's not a lot of documents, but we want to start, even if it's an early stage to check the documents. We want to do it now because if there are any mistakes or someone did not understand it, so we'll try it right now in April. Okay, even if it's a little bit of reports, not much, we'll still make it leave it on this date, so we can check all the reports. Okay, after you submit the reports and the annexes, we will go through them and we will send you an approval a month after. Okay, 18 partners. Will take some time. A month after, we will approve. If there was a mistake or something was not clear enough, we will contact you. Okay? So,
Just make sure that by 15th of April you are ready.
this includes all the reporting documents, Annex 1, Annex 2, the timesheet, all the invoices. In addition to what I've shown you, there are two reports that we request for you to submit. This is the report of implementation of the IRIS project. Okay, it's more of the content of the work and of the project. Okay, it's a quality report on the work packages and the partners of the outcomes of the project. Okay, because after a year and a half of the project, we have to submit an intermediate report to the EU. Okay, so we have to have kind of a feeling that what is going on in this project. Not only finance is important. Okay, the whole day was about content and the outcomes. Outcomes are really, really important. We don't want you just to spend money, but so it would be, yeah.
This is also for EPRA?
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is done at each stage?
Yeah.
Each stage, every
This will be I don't know how much work you will or each work package will have on this, because not all the work packages are started. If you don't have a question, or if you don't have an answer, and if you did not start on something, you can write it. We did not start on the work package. We don't have any work done yet. Okay, that's fine. Just mention it. It's better for you to mention that there haven't been any work done than to leave it blank. It was first. Okay.
Can you repeat the 70% issue? When is it?
It's about a year and a half from now. It's
So by the second, I believe, by the second.
It's the third report. Third report. By the third report,
There you should have consumed 70%
yeah,
of what?
of that 60%.
of the money.
Your budget.
Of the first installment.
Of the refinance that we received?
Okay, this is this is a tricky part. We received the 60%. Let me go to the presentation. It will be. No, it's not what we just. We received 60% of the financing of the project. You have received each and every partner has received 50% of that. That means 30%. Okay, this is why we have the half-year reports. Regarding the reports and following the reports, we'll know how to distribute the rest. Okay.
The rest of the 60%.
Yeah. We will make sure it's our project, each and every one of us. So we will make sure that's why control is important, for us to see how much money has spent and what work has been done. So we will make sure together that 70% will be spent. But if you have any equipment they have to buy, it's okay to buy it now, even if you need it in a year from now.
This will contribute to the 70%.
Yeah, this will contribute. Yeah, a lot. Okay. Okay. There are a lot of colleges that are participating in the project, and they have achievements from the because they build an IRO and yeah. Okay. So the last report, this is going to be a little bit more tough, okay? It's Annex 3. This annex is kind of familiar for some of you, but it's going to help you organize your budget, okay, your expenses. If you can see, it's pretty similar to the budget we have, okay, to the Excel sheet we have of the budget. It's the same thing, except you have to fill in your expenses, okay? You have each tab of other costs, printing and publishing equipment. This will help you organize your expenses regarding the budget headings, okay? And you can even feel you have the supporting document reference number. This is regarding the staff cost. It's a little bit intimidating at first, but as you start use it, it's not that bad. It's pretty organized. So you can add rows. You can add rows if you have a lot of documents. Okay.
These forms should be also submitted on April?
Yeah, a half-year report. Okay. This should not be at first. The first report is after it's in April. It won't be too hard because you don't have a lot of documents to include in this file. So of course, each one of us could help you, me, Vered, to fill in this form. Okay. But the first time will be a good experiment to try and use these kind of forms. Okay. Does anybody have questions? Okay. That's it.